Hey everybody, Steve here at Desert Memorial Park in Palm Springs, California. Actually, the cemetery is in the city of Cathedral City, which is right next door to Palm Springs, but it's within the Palm Springs desert area. And as I'm sure most of you know, actress Suzanne Somers died 2 weeks ago. And shortly after she died, I read that she was having a private funeral. But I happened to look on Find a Grave last night and discovered that she has a Find a Grave memorial page, and there were photos of her gravesite with a large mound of flowers. At least whoever created this memorial page says that this is her final resting place. And someone had placed a thigh master right in the very front, in front of the mound of beautiful flowers. So I'm assuming this is her gravesite. She lived here with her husband, Alan Hamill, for decades and decades. I believe for 40 or 50 years. They owned a home here in Palm Springs. So I assume that if she was going to be buried, rather than cremated and scattered, that she might be buried here at Desert Memorial Park. Lots of other celebrities are buried here. Frank Sinatra is buried up near the front of the cemetery. Sonny Bono is about in the middle of the cemetery. There weren't any directions on how to find her gravesite, but I recognize the hedges. This is also where my future final resting place is located, and so I come here walking all the time and exploring grave sites, and my grandparents are buried here, so I'm here all the time, so I know what all the sections look like. And when I saw the picture of the hedge, actually two hedges, I knew it could only be one of two places. So I drove in and I noticed that it looked exactly like the photo, so I walked directly to her gravesite, at least what is supposed to be her gravesite. We won't really know for sure until a headstone is placed, and sometimes that takes a few months, 6 months, sometimes a year before a headstone is placed. So I'm here all the time, so I'll continue to visit her gravesite, and I'll let you know as soon as her headstone is placed, and we'll find out together if it is actually her gravesite. It's really windy out today, so I thought I would record this inside the car so you could actually hear me and not all the blowing wind. I didn't place a GPS just in case it turns out not to be her gravesite, and also because it's so easy to find. All you do is come in through either the front gate or the side gate, just go all the way back as far as you can go, and she's up against the back fence. Well, it's not even, I guess it's a fence, but it's a row of hedges. And it's a very small row, so it's very easy to just walk along the row until you see her gravesite. But if it does turn out to be her gravesite in the future when her headstone is placed, I'll definitely add a GPS to her Find a Grave memorial page, just to make it a little bit easier for those of you who would rather use the GPS. So let's go take a look, and I'll show you what it looks like right now, 2 weeks after she was buried, or actually probably just a little over a week after she was buried, but 2 weeks after she died.